Hi, welcome along to Arsenal Fan TV, and this is the aftermath. Well, Arsenal won, Everton won. In the end, probably just about a fair point. I mean, if you analyse the game, how it went was the first half hour of the game. Full credit to Everton. They really came out of the blocks. I mean, it wasn't the sort of Everton teams that normally come to the Emirates that used to come under David Moyes that just literally came to survive or hit the ball long. They came and they came with a plan and they came to play, obviously full of confidence. They beat Manchester United recently and you could see it. They played really well for the first half an hour and gave us a lot of problems. But even though they had a lot of the ball, they had a lot of possession, I thought that our defending was absolutely outstanding. Per Mertesacker and Koscielny were brilliant. And they had a lot of the ball, but they didn't really have any chances. I think when I saw the stat at half-time, they'd had no shots on target. So credit to our players. And then with the last 15 minutes of that half, Arsenal got themselves into the game, started to pop the ball around. And yeah, then after that, it was kind of all Arsenal. We eventually got the goal in the second half. Then when we got the goal, they came again and managed to get a brilliant equaliser through Deulofeu, that young, talented player that they got from Barcelona. And, you know, Giroud could have won it at the end with that wonderful, wonderful hit. And we had a couple other chances earlier on in the game. I mean, put it this way, if we would have won that game 2-1, I don't think anybody could have complained that that wouldn't have been fair because we were, I thought, the better team in the end. However, I would say that 1-1's a fair result. I'd also say that, in my opinion, what I saw from Everton yesterday, that's probably the best team that's come to the Emirates this season. Apart from Dortmund, they're the only team that I've seen come and, you know, really play that well. So, full credit to them. And listen, for me, I think in the end I was very disappointed because we were 1-up and there wasn't long left to go. But listen, the main thing about these type of games, when you're in and around the top, is do not lose. Do not lose these games. We saw what we did against Dortmund. They equalised. We tried to go gun-ho for the victory and ended up losing the game and gave ourselves a problem. Better to just, you know, not lose the game. And that's what we did. So full credit to the boys. It was a tough game, but I think a point is a very good point against a very, very strong Everton team that's only lost once this season. Let's get into the tweets and see what you guys thought about the game. Starting off with JFFP Football Pod. He says, brilliant, open, absorbing, technically outstanding and exhausting to watch. Best Emirates game of the season. Yeah, you know what? You can't really argue with that. I mean, I thought the first half, there wasn't a lot of chances really in the first half. But yeah, it was a very absorbing game. And it was technically two very good teams trying to play football. And I love that. Maria Ampov says, we have the best defensive duo in the league. But Santi has been terrible this season and needs to get back to his best as soon as possible. And I mean, of course, Santi was injured for a while, and I think he's still kind of coming back. I mean, he was a bit frustrating yesterday. A lot of times with Santi in recent games, what I've noticed he's been doing, which he wasn't doing last season, is he's trying to have too many touches. Last season, he had just had it spot on, and he scored a lot of goals. He knew when to shoot, but yesterday there was an example where he cut in, put the defender on the seat of his pants. Then he tried to cut in again and then allowed them to recover. And I think it will come with Santi. He's a class player, definitely struggling a bit at the moment. I'll be very surprised if he started the game against Manchester City. I think probably Rosicky or Walcott will come in front of him. But listen, he's a class player and he'll definitely be back to his best soon. Ivan Laguna says, I believe we were exposed too much in the right and left back positions. A position we might need to invest in come January. Oh, come on. Ivan, I can't agree with that. I mean, I heard some people afterwards actually commenting about they thought Jenkinson didn't have a good game. And I had to wonder what game was they watching. I mean, I thought Carl Jenkinson done very well yesterday. I mean, he was up against a very good attacking team down the flanks, and I thought he was steady. You know, he didn't do anything spectacular, but he dealt with everything. He didn't make no mistakes, really. I thought he was steady. Yes, Gibbs, I thought he could have, you know, probably made a bit more effort to block the attempt. I mean, it's hard, really, but maybe he could have made a bit more of an attempt to block that shot from Deulofeu. But again, listen, Gibbs to me has been excellent this season. If he switches off for 1 minute, listen, nobody's perfect. And we don't need to invest down the left-hand side. I mean, we've got Gibbs and we've got Monreal. They're two of the best left-sided players right now in the Premier League. On the right, we've got Sanya. Remember, he's injured, and we've got Jenkinson coming in for him in a top game and doing well. So, sorry, I don't know. I don't think we do not need a left and right back right now. I think we're all right in those positions. Big Chris says, 1 point, well-deserved for both teams. Per and Laurent were the men of the match to me. I agree with you there, Chris. Hinesh Patel says, I thought it was a well-deserved point for both teams. Everton will definitely be pushing for the top 4. We're 5 points clear and we can't complain. I agree with that as well. Cut Sort Out 25th says, the first 40 minutes cost us. It was going to be tough, but if we were more ruthless from the off, it would have been a different game. And I agree with that. It was a bit like the Manchester United game where we got off to a slow start in the first half. You can't do that in the Premier League. Listen, you can't, because you know, if you concede, you're in problems. So, you know, we've got to start quicker in the next few games, particularly against Manchester City. There is no way, if we start like that, we'll be in major problems. Dewey Sapatru says, a bit disappointed with a draw. Hope Sanya can play against City. And he wants Flamini to start from now on. And Koscielny was man of the match. A lot of people were citing that and saying that they thought Flamini should have started. It was a very physical game. I thought Arteta had a very good game, actually. There was that sort of bit at the end where he sort of got bundled off the ball by Lukaku. But on the whole, I thought he had a very, very good game, Arteta. Listen, the good thing is that we're able to choose between Arteta and Flamini. We've not had those sort of options in the past. It's a good option to have. Ozola Ramshare says, champions win points even if they're being outplayed. I'm worried about our goal scorers though. Without Ozil, Ramsey and Giroud, who can score? Theo Walcott can score. Jack Wilshere's been scoring recently. There are people in that team that can score apart from them. So, but I still think we need a striker come January. Giroud's brilliant. He needs help. FMR Followback says, I love our Arsenal Fan TV favourite every tweet except mine. And that's why I read that one out. David Paul says, Koscielny last night was unreal. He said, I waited up until 2:30 in the morning in Hong Kong to see him get the Man of the Match award, but it didn't happen. It's shocking. And well done to David Ball all the way over there in Hong Kong. And last one here says, Goon, he says, including Howard Webb, how did Gareth Barry stay on the pitch and Lukaku not get a card along with Coleman and no handballs given? Listen, I fought the referee again yesterday. Listen, the referee didn't change the result. He wouldn't have changed the result or anything. But I agree with Arsene Wenger. And Arsene Wenger has been criticised for moaning about this. But I think he's right. If you've got a team that's going to come and get overly physical in the midfield, you as the referee have to be strong. You've got to protect the players. You've got to protect... Everybody knows when they're coming to the Emirates that they don't want to make that Arsenal midfield play. They know they've got the silky skills, the passing moves, so they're going to try and get overly physical. There's nothing wrong with being physical, but overly physical, like Gareth Barry, you show him a yellow card. Make him challenge fairly. And I thought that was not happening yesterday, and it meant that helped Everton a lot in the way that they played. But listen, point in the end was probably a fair result. We move on now. Napoli's the next game on Wednesday. Of course, all we got to do is go out there, make sure that even if we was losing that game, do not lose by more than 3. But you know what? I want us to go out there and be positive. I want us to go out there and try and get a win. Let's win this group. Past couple of seasons, we haven't won the group and we've ended up with really difficult games in the Champions League. Plus as well, let's keep that winning mentality going. You know, so I really hope that Arsenal go out there and really put in a massive performance against Napoli. And then, of course, we move on Saturday. I mean, it's unbelievable how the fixtures are, that we can be playing on a Wednesday all the way over in southern Italy. And then we've got to come all the way back and play an early kickoff against Manchester City. I mean, it's how the fixtures are falling. It's going to be difficult, but I really hope that, you know, we don't have that psychologically in our head and think, oh, we're tired, and that we go into that game all guns blazing, because if we can get some sort of result, even a draw against Manchester City, that would be really, really massive. And on the subject of Manchester City, just before I go, you know what? I remember City last season, their fans moaning, oh, doing a protest. Arsenal charged so much money for their tickets. I was looking at the price. I didn't even look at them straight away. I was looking at the price of the ticket. £58 each to go to Manchester City. This is Manchester. It's not London. You know. Now, Manchester City fans, you know what? I didn't blame them last season for having a go at Arsenal for charging so much money. But you know what? Have a look at your own club as well, mate. This is a thing where all clubs are ripping off fans. I mean, everywhere Arsenal go, as away fans, I feel sorry for our away fans. Prices get bumped up. It happens to Liverpool fans as well, United fans. Listen, this is ridiculous now. But 58 quid, talk to your guys. You got multi-billionaires running your club. You should be letting us in for free. Anyway, Arsenal Fan TV, don't forget, and don't forget, if you're looking for a present for Christmas, there's no place better to get it than our shop. You can get t-shirts like this. You can get the hoodies. I was at the game yesterday. About 3-4 people stopped me, asked me, where'd you get that Run AFC hoodie? It's on our website. Go to arsenalfantv.com. Check out our shop. We ship worldwide. We've got children's stuff now, women's stuff. We've got mugs. Listen, if you want it, it's all there on the website. We've got all the stuff that you need for Christmas. And, well, I'm looking forward to the games. Napoli on Wednesday, Manchester City. This is a massive week. If we can get through this with some big results, we're on our way.
Upset with these fans that they come to the game, 20 minutes into the game, they get up for a pizza. Then they go back down, come back up. Then they're going for a burger. I mean, it really fucking annoys me. Then 5 minutes to go, they get up when we're on the edge of, you know, it could go either way. They all get up and go. I mean, if they want to do that, go to McDonald's or Pizza Hut. It's not fucking cheaper. You know, it's really fucking annoying. It's annoying. You've got to support the club for 90 minutes. Yeah. Sit on your seats. Get up at half time.
Surprised when we first started, when we were sitting back a lot, I was nervous they might win it at the end there, so I was pleased with the point in the end, and I thought Arteta was having an absolute screamer. I thought he was playing really well today.
And just finally, you know, I just want to find out if you've enjoyed yourself. You know, you've been rolling with us today, the Arsenal Fan TV crew. You've sat with us inside the ground. Had a good time?
Yeah, I've had an amazing time. I just want to say, Arsenal Fan TV, all you do behind the scenes, all the work you do behind the scenes is amazing. The whole day I've spent with you today has been a real good fun, and you know what? To come and watch Arsenal Everton, my first BPL game, it's been a real good fun, and it was a quality match. Thank you so much.
And I'm going to stick to you. You still look like Mertesacker.
Yeah, well, you gave me the Mertesacker t-shirt.
You've got to get in training.
I'll wear that t-shirt for you.
You're going to have to double up. You're going to have to be Mertesacker double. Listen, congratulations. Well done. And good to see you. Make sure you come back here.
I will do. Thank you very much.